Not anymore.
The next game was Belgium versus Portugal, and Belgium won it 1-0. Uh, Again, it was a brilliant goal from Torgan Hazard. Um, Portugal, okay, should ask this question this way. Portugal had a lot of um, talent in that team. There's no doubt about talent on that team. What do you think went wrong?
Well, I would say while I was watching the game, I kind of felt like uh, um, uh, they need a really attacking minded coach because like those players, um, they played like really attacking football in their clubs, and even like Manchester wasn't playing that attacking football, but Bruno Fernandes, he was like a really attacking player. And with Ronaldo in front, they should actually like at least. I was actually rooting for them. Uh, how they played in the Nations League and World Cup qualifier, and it was disappointing to see them like missing those half chances, especially in the final year. Then yeah,
Yeah,
Ronaldo could have a bad day on this day, but
well, it's not about just Ronaldo. I mean, there are other players, and I thought some were stifled, such as Bernardo Silva, who was, excuse me. Um, so Bernardo Silva was one of them, and yeah, I he looked a very different player. Um,
actually, he looked different since the beginning of the tournament. He wasn't the player we knew from the Man City,
no,
and yeah, that's the thing I was asking myself. Like, if I have players like Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, Fernandes, and Jota
Andrew Silva
up
too,
in
because
front,
he was
yeah,
probably the highest scorer in Bundesliga.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have
second
Renat,
highest.
yeah, sorry, second highest, yes, not before Lewandowski.
Yeah,
But
but the thing is that if I have players like this, why would I like depend on like like sneaking into the opponents? I would try to burst into the
and I,
front door.
yeah, Diego Zota missed uh, some half chances to start. But again, I thought I had question mark on the defense of Belgium with it Vermeulen, Vertonghen, as well as Toby Alderweireld. Uh, did brilliantly. They have a very reliable keeper, probably one of the best in the world right now. Courtois, Witzel played fairly well. Uh, but this Belgium team, you could sense that after getting in the 1-0 lead, they were not really comfortable with defending, like sitting back in the block. They're not really comfortable. They did it because Portugal was kind of toothless. Uh, there was almost no intention. And I thought uh, Fernando Santos is the coach of
Yeah.
Portugal, who basically led them to 2016 Euro. He has a style of defensive playing, and that didn't work against Germany. Especially Germany used that um, area of Semedo was living because Semedo tried to go closer to center back Diaz, um, and Germany used Kimmich and Gosens uh, so well up there as a wing back, and I thought Santos took that note and he probably overcommitted on that defensive line. Uh, but anyway, that was a wonderful goal from the
What is that?
Token Hazard. But do you think Rui Patricio could have done a little better? I mean, I'm saying it in case because nobody, well, if anyone was seeing Torgan Hazard for Dortmund or even before Borussia Mönchengladbach when he was playing there, he had such goals, almost say 3, 4 goals per season like that, and I'm following him for at least last 4 or 5 years, and I've seen them, so it wasn't a surprise for me that he could score such a goal. But swerve and bending, I thought Rui Patricio could have done a little better. He didn't probably anticipate the pace. But again, after that, the only player in Portugal's jersey were making some kind of work. It was Renato Sanchez. Um, he was defending, he was on the attack, he was the fulcrum of the team. Uh, but otherwise, all others, especially Diego Jota, was a big let off. Um, and some people I've seen that they're blaming Santos as a coach, but he did win this with a weakened Portugal side Euro. Probably having too much talent is not always a good thing for
Well,
certain.
it depends. Like coaches like Mourinho, they don't need talent. They don't need certain types of player to get successful. Like um, like what happened to Kevin De Bruyne in Chelsea. We saw that.
Or Mohamed
Um,
Salah.
yeah, Mo Salah also. Like the thing is that those players deserves a little bit different types of coach, and the thing is that when you have cards uh, at least pairs like Bernardo Silva and Bruno Fernandes, you wouldn't actually like sit in the back seat and let the opponent drive the match or something. And
I
yeah, like
almost
those
didn't
players
see
actually.
Bruno Fernandes having one magical moment in this whole Euro, and that is disappointing from someone like him. And I know he's big in Manchester United. I've seen him taking a lot of penalties and free kicks. But when it comes to Portugal, Cristiano was taking it, and Cristiano um, took 36 total free kick in his total Euro career and haven't scored one. And
Also, like he
most,
scored, yeah, he took like 20 free kicks. Couldn't score he scored only in one goal in the World Cups. So he was not the
yeah,
Cristiano Ronaldo in the.
he's not definitely the best free kick taker of that team. And then that's where it comes about whether you are valuing the team or valuing the superstar. Because if I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm going to take anyway. But there comes the coach, have a little bit of discussion, maybe alternatingly have one or the other. And I thought Bruno Fernandes could have done a lot. I mean, probably one goal or one assist could have made make him a little better player, giving the confidence. But yeah, coming to Belgium, um, that that was the only shot on goal that Torgan Hazard's. Lukaku tried, um, was fouled in different times as well. But otherwise, there are moments of Eden Hazard's. There's flashes of Eden Hazard that we haven't seen in Real Madrid. Um, and I thought uh, Wiltord, oh, sorry, not Wiltord, Witzel. Witzel was great, as well as um, the back line. All the three defenders were exceptional good. I was very surprised to see Thomas Vermaelen winning all the aerial battle with Cristiano or Diego
It
Jota.
was interesting, like when I saw like they selected the team with Thomas Vermaelen, and I was like, is it an invitation for Ronaldo to head something in the net?
Yeah, yeah. To be fair
So,
to him,
but
he's done very well.
well, yeah, he done actually extraordinary job there. Also, like Thomas Munier played really well.
Thomas
Um,
Munier was a constant threat on that right hand
yeah,
channel. Um, and if I remember, Vermaelen had upper hand always with Cristiano, even in Barcelona, Madrid, El Clasico matches. Um, but yeah, good for Belgium. They're going to play Italy. Uh, Against Italy, do how do you rate?
well,
I don't know how bad the injury of Kevin De Bruyne is.
so am I actually. Actually, I was going to ask you about the injury
He was taken
situations. I
off.
intend.
I don't know how bad it is. We have to probably
Uh,
wait and check. But
what
Martins
KDB?
came in. I like Martins a lot in Napoli,
So am I. Martins is pretty good choice actually.
but
And the thing about this
he wasn't
Belgium team is,
he wasn't playing that well after he came in. Uh, I thought,
well, it also like depends on the mental
and also the
situations.
partner.
Like if you,
Martins
yeah,
is always involved with someone like Insigne, who are tricky, like plays first hand passes. And then when it comes to Lukaku is a different kind of number nine. So yeah, Martins definitely is not a bad player to start. But again, if there is Kevin De Bruyne, there is nobody as talented as Kevin De Bruyne at this point. As well as Hazard looked a little bit of uh, limped off as well. Eden Hazard, I'm not talking about Morgan.
yeah.
Um,
Actually, against Italy, I was actually thinking when I saw the draw, like Italy versus Belgium, and I was thinking about the spaces behind HRB, like like Thorgan Hazard could like explore those places, and the way he's playing the whole tournament is pretty much good for a wing back actually, and he set the difference against Portugal,
it's almost like
and
a wingbacks knockout, or not even knockout. So far, Euros wingbacks making some kind of difference.
exactly, like teams are more into like 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 formation. So like the only places left to attack is through the wings, and sometimes somehow well, it depends on the players, and uh, like if you are if your opponent is also playing with three in the backs and like two wing backs, and so do you. Well, it depends on then the certain winback's capability or his form to like make progress in the tournament, and also like it depends on also like center midfield and then the combination of the him with the uh, winger or probably the second striker. So, but the thing is that like most of the team these days are playing with back threes, and it's like I would say like we haven't seen a player of the match. I guess I have. Yeah, I don't remember that. Like yeah, player of the tournament is a wing back or
Yeah,
winger. Yeah, or left back or someone. But
yeah. It's a shame.
I,
Philip
I
Lam
was
is
actually.
still
It's a shame. Like center backs, we saw like Cannavaro on the
messed up.
golden ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Nesta on. Yeah,
They totally dominated that 2000 uh,
yeah,
Euro.
exactly. Like, but like they were like wing backs in the past. They played like not wing back like we full backs, but they played like in dominance like Roberto Carlos, like the first
Yeah,
guy.
that was typical of Brazil, uh,
Yeah,
Cafu
exactly.
and Carlos. But
but still we haven't actually saw anyone. But I would say like I I wouldn't
I
mind
thought
seeing
Cancelo,
an
that's what they're missing, or they were missing.
uh,
Portugal,
Portugal.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have given them a different dimension. But again, when there's a fixture of Portugal versus Belgium, I thought myself, okay, Belgium is uncomfortable at defending, and Portugal is uncomfortable at attacking. The last time Portugal won against any uh, considerable name of the nation is Netherlands against that was back in 2019 or 2018. So for last 2 3 years, well, excluding the pandemic, they never won against the established nation. Uh, so and also that tells you that they are not really comfortable at attacking. Although they have a goal scorer like Cristiano, but Cristiano is just a goal scorer. He's not going to be your uh, team that really builds the attack. But you have players like Bernardo Silva. You have players like Renato Sanchez was brilliant. I thought, um, and
About Renato Sanchez, I was like re really rooting for him when he moved to Bundesliga and what he
yeah,
was doing at the time. Um, or yeah,
wasn't it
like
Hoffenheim? He's or I might be wrong.
I actually forgot.
But yeah, he
It
didn't have
seems
a
like a
very
long
good
time ago.
stint.
Yeah, but the thing is that like he is back in form. It is good to see a player like this in the midfield. Like he was kind of a how can I say up and coming star at the time, and he lost his way.
Well, he
But
he is playing for Lille, who just won
yeah,
the French league ahead of PSG. But yeah, he's definitely. Um, I admire him a lot. I think he could do a lot, and he was the one who basically driving them forward. But that's where I thought Bruno Fernandes was missing. He
yeah.
didn't really offer much uh, for the forwards to have something. And
I guess they are
Joe
missing a
Felix
third.
was introduced in I think 20 odd minutes to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, he couldn't really do
He
much.
was actually out of form since like this year,
Yeah,
beginning of this year.
yeah.
So I wasn't actually expecting him to do something big, but
Well, it's a gamble when you're 1-0
well,
down. Just throw some attackers, but that doesn't work like that.
oh, yeah, like but what we were saying, we got derailed,
Yeah,
but
no.
we were
About
talking about
Belgium's
Belgium
chances
versus.
against Italy.
Well, um, like we actually saw a different Lukaku in the knockout stage. I don't know, like it's just only one match, but I really liked the talk he was having during the match in the group stages with Thierry about like probably with some attacking stuff and how he was running in between the center backs and pushing them actually like a little bit back and creating space for others and stuff like this. And I really liked him, but uh, I don't know about for about this team combination or something went wrong like last match.
Well,
He
at
wasn't
least Lukaku
actually.
knows everything about Acerbi and Bonucci. Uh, uh, yeah, because they studied them so hard. Um, and also,
Well, it goes vice versa.
yeah, true. But Lukaku, I thought when he moved to Inter Milan, and I had seen that interview of him and Lautaro Martinez together for Inter after the Inter won that Scudetto. I think I was really impressed with his brain of tactical sensibility, what to attack and how to attack, and what exact moments to attack. And he and Lautaro practiced a lot against someone like Romagnoli of Milan, uh, and knew at what exact point, at which post, far post or near post, who will go where. So I do think Lukaku brings lot of intelligence, a lot of hold up thing, as well as he can burst into pace as well. I think for last couple of years, or at least last year, he has become someone else or something else, and it looks promising. Um, but if he keeps running like what he ran for Inter Milan towards Bonucci and Acerbi, that would be a sight to see. But he needs the help of
I have actually a question. Sorry to interrupt. Like, do you think if Kevin De Bruyne and Hazard they they were injured in they are injured in the next match, or they aren't fit for the next match, do you think Belgium should go for a second striker, like to get I don't know, Lukaku some sort of comfort that he finds in his uh, club?
but
Because he's the biggest star and like the source of goals
but then you have to
with
make
there.
Mertens as a second striker, not sitting behind him. Mertens can be very smart too in terms of movement and in terms of link up playing. That could be done. Uh, I don't see any other, or at least Doku was quick, but he's not a striker. Uh, that definitely is an option if De Bruyne cannot start. I'd have if I'm assuming Eden Hazard would start the game. Probably Roberto Martinez didn't take him out because it was one goal, and he didn't want both De Bruyne and Hazard out. And what if Portugal equalize and that goes into the extra time? So he waited until 88th or 89th minute to take off Eden Hazard. But I'm pretty sure Hazard might start the game. Uh, Now it's a question of if De Bruyne is fit. If he's not, I would actually push Martins up there with Lukaku. But again, it's all about Roberto Martinez. I think I rate him very well after listening to him. He had an interesting interview that he prepared, uh, how he prepares his team, and also conversation with Thierry Henry. I thought that was very interesting. Um, but Lukaku and sorry, not Lukaku, it's Belgium. If they go down, how they react, that would be interesting. Um, because we've always seen them, they've taken the lead and they just hold on to that. But what if they goes down, and how their player would react? That would probably be very interesting to see, and especially against team like Italy. You have to be sometimes patient, sometimes gritty. Uh, but yeah, I yeah,
Do you think Italy will play with like four in the backs, or like there is this tendency with like these clubs and countries, like I've been seeing last few years, like if they're facing like a team with like a in great form and three in the backs with like wing backs um, in
I do
attacks,
think
they
because
are also like trying to copying the similar formation to like get
right,
at least they could avoid the numbers game, you know. So
right.
uh,
What happens with Italy here? There are few pillars
and
with this Italy team. Jorginho is one of them. So you can have him as a sole defensive midfielder, or paired up with someone else, say even someone like Berati, uh, as a two pivot in the midfield. But then, if you look at the centre back option, Bonucci or Chiellini is not fit. Uh, Bonucci is someone who always defended on four-man, two centre back position. Um, that's where he is comfortable and knows what to do. Acerbi can, you can say the same thing about him. Although Lazio plays with three centre back in the back, used to play under Simone Inzaghi, and he can play either on the left hand side or on the middle. Um, but if you are going to exploit um, the run of Spinazzola, I think they have to go with the back four as a safe option. And given that there's only Lukaku, if you look at the Italian right back, I forgot the name at this point, number 20. He plays for Inter. Um, G D something. Uh,
Yeah.
but he normally stays very conservative with the center back, and Spinazzola makes that run. On the right hand side is the right winger. Berardi makes the run, so he doesn't really overlap much, and it would be interesting, the right back against Eden Hazard, and also Torgan Hazard probably on that side as well. So there would be some additional work from whoever is going to start on Italian right side of the midfield. It could be Nico Barella. Um, he can give a cushion uh, to the right back. But yeah, I think that channel would be where a lot of attack and defending might happen, because Torgan Hazard do blast forward, um, and that's where Italy might want to take some advantage if they can get the ball back quicker and get ball to the Berardi or the other flank, Spinazzola. But
But as we see, like um, Italy doesn't um, take on their attacks from the right side. Um, that's the problem actually. Like I found in the last match, like all the attacks were going to the left,
yeah, it's Spinazzola, or right side
and
it is coming from Berardi as a winger.
only Berardi, and he wasn't actually like there were a few cross I remembered like he weren't there in the forward
No.
positions like to test the
And with
left
Berardi,
back.
there is a peculiar situation.
He
Berardi,
was a kind of a latecomer to the box.
yeah, Berardi always pairs
Mm.
well with someone like Locatelli, because they plays in the club level. They know they don't even have to look where you know. And Mancini is actually basically make passes into the space. They know that someone will come and basically get the ball. Uh, so this would be interesting. I mean, and Belgium has some very experienced players in top level for a long time, and they know what this Italian team can do, and they can
Also,
get.
like I think sorry to interrupt. I think also like it would also like depends on the tempo of the match. If you can see, like I don't actually recall like Belgium is playing fast in recent years. They are trying to take it slow and probably try to
Yeah,
attack slowly. But
accelerate at certain point.
yeah, and
Uh,
Italian side they actually like shift those tempos. Like it depends on their
Yeah,
motives or sometimes in the spaces. I actually really try to explore the spaces that
yeah,
what you were saying.
exactly.
And so it would be kind of an interesting game. Like probably we'll
And
see the
also,
final.
Munir would be very, very interesting player for
Exactly.
if Spinazzola goes too far and balls get lost, and Munir can damage you on counter.
Also, like he was, yeah, he's
He's a
like a
goal
really
scorer
good.
too.
Yeah, and also like he was a good in air also, and that's a thing actually.
So
He could actually, um,
knowing Mancini, there might be a little bit of toned down or practical, pragmatic Italy we might see. They might want to start fast, paced tempo in terms of their passing tempo has to be uh, in order to get into Belgian half. They have to play a little bit faster, while Belgium will try to slow down a little bit in terms of passing, and they'll try to exploit the spaces wherever that was given.
also you can recall. I don't think any of this team would like to play in a high defense because this is the problems with the both teams.
Yes.
They have the older center backs.
And the keepers are not, all the great keepers, they're not
Yeah,
sweepers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are not the sweepers. So yeah, it would be an interesting game now that I think of.
Yeah, it definitely is. But yeah, it cannot get any better. Um, Anything else to add on this Italy and Belgium duel?
Uh, Not really, except
Sorry,
I
the
would add
Belgium versus Portugal.
um, no, not really. Except uh, I think I missed how Jorginho played through the whole tournament
I think
so
Jorginho
far.
played solid. Uh,
Exactly. Like I really like him, like passing the ball in the spaces, like
yes.
especially those long passes and stuff, I guess.
Well,
So
he's
it would be,
he's very intelligent guy. Knows how where to release the ball, especially um, on the run of Spinazzola or getting the ball to say Lorenzo Insigne. Normally, Insigne is very good with linking up with the striker, or sometimes he's very good at shooting as well from far. He can bend from right side too. So it definitely would be a very interesting game to see. Some of the players if they can find their form, and that might lift the game. Uh, but yeah, both side has enough talent, enough attacking prowess, as well as both managers look to be very attacking whenever they're given chance.
and
Um,
I'm actually hoping for like if the both teams play in like low defense, there will be a lot of spaces in vertically, so there
at
will be a lot
Yeah,
of run
vertically, even
for, yeah,
even horizontally as well
yeah,
on the half lines. He'll get
yeah.
he'll get someone like Torgan Hazard or like Spinazzola. They'll find some spaces definitely. Um, and then I thought Witzel was very good for Belgium.